Pattaya is a city that defies any expectation. Located on the eastern coast of Thailand, about 150 kilometers from Bangkok, this city is famous for its beaches, luxurious resorts, and a nightlife that seems to never rest. But there is much more hidden behind the neon lights and bustling bars. While walking down one of its most iconic streets, Beach Road, I stumbled upon something surprising, something that few people notice when visiting this exotic destination. In this video, we will explore the hidden magic of Pattaya and reveal what really happens when you decide to venture out without a set itinerary. It's not just a tourist city, but a place where the unexpected can arise at any moment. From fascinating cultural secrets to everyday scenes that go unnoticed by visitors, this journey promises to unveil a different side of Pattaya, a side that is not found in conventional travel guides. Why is Pattaya so intriguing? If you have heard of this city, you probably know that Pattaya has a controversial reputation. On one side, there are paradise beaches, sacred temples, and a rich Thai culture. On the other, there are endless parties, streets filled with tourists seeking fun, and a vibrant energy that never seems to fade. This duality makes Pattaya one of the most curious destinations in the world. But do people really know the essence of the city? Beach Road, the seaside avenue that cuts through the heart of Pattaya, is a perfect reflection of this contrast. During the day, it is a tranquil setting where locals and tourists enjoy the beach, shop at markets, and try typical dishes sold by street vendors. But when night falls, everything transforms. Colorful lights take over the streets, street musicians perform, vendors offer exotic souvenirs, and the city comes to life anew. It was while walking down this avenue that I made an unexpected discovery, something that made me see Pattaya with new eyes. A detail that may go unnoticed by most, but carries a curious story and special meaning. What did I find? Imagine walking through a city where everything seems predictable, but suddenly something catches your attention. An unusual scene, an unknown ritual, or perhaps a secret spot that few tourists know about. That's exactly what happened to me. In the midst of the intense hustle and bustle of Beach Road, a small detail made me stop and observe more closely. What seemed like just another casual stroll turned into a unique experience. An unexpected encounter with the true essence of Pattaya, something that goes far beyond the tourist image the city projects. And that's what I want to share with you today. If you think you've seen it all about Pattaya, this video might surprise you. Throughout this walk, we will discover together what makes this city so special and what secrets it hides. From curious historical facts to moments that only those who explore the streets calmly can perceive, this video promises to reveal a little-known side of Pattaya. So, if you enjoy travel, mysteries, and unexpected stories, keep watching, because what I found might change your perception of this destination. What's next? In the next chapter, we will understand a little more about how Pattaya became the city it is today. We will dive into its history, from fishing village to the tourism boom that completely transformed it. Additionally, we will explore the impact of tourism on local life and discover some little-known facts about the city. Now, before we move on to this journey through time, I want to know, have you ever been to Pattaya? What comes to your mind when you think of this destination? Leave your comment and share your impressions. If there is a place in the world where the energy seems inexhaustible, that place is Pattaya. During the day, the city offers paradise beaches, sacred temples, and a relatively calm pace of life. But when the sun sets, everything changes. Vibrant lights illuminate the streets, music echoes through the alleys, and the endless flow of people turns the city into a true spectacle. Pattaya never sleeps. And this characteristic has deep roots in its history. In the first chapter, we talked about the duality of the city and the experience of walking along Beach Road. Now, let's understand how Pattaya became this tourist phenomenon and what factors helped shape its unique identity. From fishing village to tourism giant, before becoming one of the most visited destinations in Thailand, Pattaya was just a quiet fishing village. Until the 1950s, the city was little known and relied on fishing and local trade. Everything began to change in the 1960s during the Vietnam War. American soldiers stationed in Thailand started visiting Pattaya for rest and leisure. The tropical climate, the beaches with crystal clear waters, and the Thai hospitality turned the place into a sanctuary for the military. Quickly, guest houses, bars, and small establishments emerged to meet this new demand. It was a sudden and uncontrolled growth, but it paved the way for modern tourism. In the 1980s, the Thai government realized the city's economic potential and began investing in tourist infrastructure. Luxury resorts were built, roads were constructed, and the city started receiving visitors from all over the world. Since then, Pattaya has never been the same. The impact of tourism on local culture. With tourism growing exponentially, the city underwent profound transformations. Previously known only for its beaches and fishing culture, Pattaya reinvented itself to cater to a variety of audiences. Five-star hotels arose alongside street markets. Buddhist temples shared space with nightclubs, and the city became a cultural mosaic where tradition and modernity coexist. But tourism also brought challenges. The cost of living increased, and many locals began to depend on the tourism sector for survival. Small vendors were replaced by large international chains, and the traditional Thai lifestyle started to adapt to the frenetic pace of foreign visitors. Still, Pattaya managed to maintain its essence in a unique way. What makes Pattaya such a fascinating destination? Besides its international fame and vibrant nightlife, Pattaya has much to offer. Here are some elements that make the city so special. The paradise beaches and islands. Despite the intense urban activity, Pattaya still boasts incredible beaches and offers easy access to nearby islands, such as Koh Larn, which impresses with its turquoise waters. Temples and spirituality. The Sanctuary of Truth and the Big Buddha of Pattaya are examples of how the city preserves its connection to Thai culture. Floating markets and exotic cuisine. The markets in Pattaya offer everything from traditional street food to exotic dishes that surprise even the most experienced traveler. The contrast between day and night. During the day, Pattaya is a relaxing retreat. At night, it transforms completely, offering one of the most vibrant scenes in the world. Beach Road, the pulsating heart of the city. It is precisely on Beach Road that this transformation becomes most evident. As we discussed in the first chapter, this seaside avenue reflects the essence of Pattaya. During the day, tourists enjoy the beach, shop, and take in the view. But as night falls, the energy of the city reaches its peak. It is impossible to walk down this avenue without being amazed by the diversity of people, the cultural contrasts, and the unusual scenes that emerge at every corner. And it was in this setting that I made a discovery that changed my perspective on the city. Now that we understand a bit more about the history and essence of Pattaya, it is time to return to Beach Road and explore what I truly found during my walk. Something unexpected that many tourists overlook, but that carries a fascinating story. What caught my attention so much? In the next chapter, we will dive into this discovery and understand how small details can reveal surprising secrets about a city. By understanding the history of Pattaya and its rapid growth, it becomes clear that the city lives at a unique pace. But to truly feel this energy, one must be on the streets, observe the details, and immerse oneself in the experience of walking through its most iconic places. And there is no better place for this than Beach Road, the pulsating heart of the city. Whether by day or by night, this seaside avenue is where everything happens. It is where tourists and locals mingle, where modernity meets centuries-old traditions, and where, at every corner, there is something unexpected to discover. It was while walking down this street that I made a fascinating discovery, but before revealing what I found, let's explore a bit more of this area that symbolizes the essence of Pattaya. What makes Beach Road so special? Beach Road stretches for about 3 kilometers along the coast, offering a privileged view of the Gulf of Thailand. During the day, it is a relatively calm place. Street vendors begin to set up their stalls, offering everything from fresh juices to seafood. Tourists stroll along the sidewalk enjoying the sea breeze, while locals go about their routines. But as the sun begins to set, the energy of the place changes completely. Neon lights start to shine, bars open their doors, and music fills the air. Suddenly, the avenue transforms into a vibrant stage where anything seems possible. In a single walk down this street, one can find live performances, street artists, awestruck tourists, expatriates who have made Thailand their new home, and even Buddhist monks in their orange robes walking calmly amid the chaos. This contrast is what makes Beach Road so fascinating. The characters of Beach Road along the avenue, there is an impressive diversity of people who are part of the daily life of the place. Some of the most striking characters include street vendors, men and women selling everything from meat skewers to fried insects, something considered a delicacy in Thailand. street artists, musicians, dancers, and even magicians who perform on the sidewalks to entertain passers-by. Tourists from all over the world, people coming from different countries to explore Pattaya, each with their own expectations of what to find. Expats and retirees. Many foreigners have chosen Pattaya as their permanent home and frequent this area daily. Eccentric figures. On any given night, one can see everything from superhero cosplay to people wearing extravagant outfits just to stand out. This mix creates a unique and unpredictable environment where every step can lead to a new discovery. The walk and the unexpected discovery. I already expected that this walk down Beach Road would be full of curious scenes, but it was something specific that really caught my attention. Something that could easily be overlooked by most people, but that revealed an even more intriguing facet of the city. As I walked, I noticed unusual activity near a small alley between two commercial buildings. It was not an eye-catching place, and most tourists walked past it without paying attention. But there was something there, a kind of ritual happening away from the spotlight of Pattaya's nightlife. I approached to understand better and saw a group of locals gathered around an improvised altar, decorated with flowers, candles, and small objects that seemed to be offerings. Despite all the commotion around, that space seemed to exist in another dimension, as if it were a spiritual refuge amid the chaos of the city. Intrigued, I tried to observe more closely without interrupting what was happening. I noticed that some people were leaving carefully folded notes of money while others whispered prayers. It felt like a moment of deep connection, a gesture of devotion that contrasted with everything around. It was then that one of the locals noticed my interest and, with a gentle smile, approached to explain the meaning of that ritual. What was happening? The man told me that the small altar was dedicated to an ancient protective spirit of the city. According to local belief, this entity protected travelers and workers in the region, ensuring luck and safety. He explained that many residents and merchants make offerings regularly to thank for good sales, ask for protection, or simply keep the tradition alive. This was a facet of Pattaya that few tourists knew. For most, the city is just a party and beach destination. But for those who observe closely, there is a strong spirituality and a rooted culture that withstands the test of time. It was a simple yet significant discovery. It showed that behind the vibrant and commercial image of Beach Road, there exists a deeper side where tradition still plays an important role in people's lives. Pattaya is a city full of contrasts. On one side, modernity, tourism, and constant hustle. On the other, traditions that endure over time, discrete rituals, and stories that few know. As I walked along Beach Road, I expected to find curious scenes, but I didn't imagine that something so simple could carry such deep meaning. In the previous chapter, I talked about the small altar hidden between the buildings, where locals made their offerings. That moment made me realize that Pattaya is not just a tourist destination. It is a place where the past and present coexist in a unique way. But the discovery didn't stop there. The more I observed, the more I noticed details that would go unnoticed by a careless eye. It was then that something truly surprising happened, a scene that no one seemed to notice. I continued my walk along Beach Road, trying to absorb every detail. The flow of people increased as the night progressed. Tourists took pictures of the beach illuminated by streetlights, while vendors set up their stalls with exotic foods. But amid all this movement, I noticed a group of elderly people gathered in a small space between the shops. They were sitting in plastic chairs, surrounded by lit paper lanterns and some small figurines. They seemed to be chatting animatedly, but did not attract anyone's attention. At first, I thought it was just a group of friends getting together for a nighttime chat, but something made me want to observe more closely. I approached discreetly and noticed a pattern in the way they interacted. At one point, one of them took a small bowl, filled it with an amber liquid, and held it with both hands as if offering something invisible. Then he murmured a few words and passed the bowl to the person next to him, who repeated the gesture. There were no tourists there, just locals. No tour guide spoke about that. It was a tradition happening right there, in front of everyone, but most visitors were unaware. The hidden meaning of the ritual. My curiosity prevented me from moving on. I waited for an opportune moment and approached a man who was watching the scene with a serene gaze. He seemed to know that tradition well and, luckily for me, spoke a little English. I asked about what was happening, and he smiled before responding. They are sharing memories. Intrigued, I asked him to explain further. He told me that this was a ritual of remembrance, an ancient tradition that some Thai families still uphold. The liquid in the bowl was jasmine tea, a drink often associated with respect and spirituality. Each person in the group held the bowl, made a silent prayer, and passed it on. The goal was to remember those who had already passed and express gratitude for the experiences lived. It was not a formal religious event nor a festival. It was something intimate, almost invisible to hurried eyes. The simplicity of the ritual touched me. Amid the noise, the vibrant lights, and the tourist hustle, those people were there to celebrate their memories, to honor the past, and to connect with each other in a way that the modern world rarely allows. The duality of Pattaya, between the past and the present. Pattaya is a city known for entertainment, but it also carries a surprising cultural depth. The ritual I witnessed revealed a side of Thailand that many visitors do not see, a deep respect for history, ancestors, and family ties. This duality manifests in many aspects of the city. While tourists crowd the bars and nightclubs, there are monks walking the streets at dawn, silently collecting alms. While visitors marvel at the modern skyscrapers, there are ancient temples hidden among the alleys where locals make their daily prayers. Beach Road, despite representing the most commercial face of Pattaya, still holds small cultural gems like this. These are discrete moments that go unnoticed by those focused solely on tourist attractions but reveal the true soul of the city. The importance of observing what lies beyond the surface. What that experience taught me was something that goes far beyond Pattaya. Often, when traveling, we focus on tourist attractions, monuments, and Instagrammable spots, but we forget to observe the people, everyday gestures, and traditions that truly define a place. If I had been walking distractedly, I might have passed by without noticing anything. I might have only seen a group of elderly people chatting without realizing the significance of what they were doing. This is an important lesson for any traveler. Paying attention to the details can reveal surprising stories. My walk along Beach Road showed me that Pattaya is much more than its tourist stereotype. The city has hidden layers, preserved traditions, and a cultural richness that goes far beyond what travel guides typically showcase. Exploring Pattaya is discovering a place full of contrasts, where modernity and tradition coexist in a unique way. So far, we have seen how the city transformed from a fishing village into one of Thailand's most vibrant tourist destinations. We also talked about the surprising details that can go unnoticed by inattentive visitors, such as the silent remembrance ritual performed by the locals. But Pattaya holds even more secrets. Beyond the beaches, the bustling nightlife, and the impressive temples, there are a series of curiosities about the city that few tourists know. Some are little-known historical facts, others are unusual local customs, and there are even hidden places that seem straight out of a movie. Now, let's explore some of these curiosities and understand how they help shape the fascinating identity of Pattaya. The floating market that recreates Thailand's past. When we think of floating markets in Thailand, Dam Non Sadak near Bangkok is often the most remembered. However, Pattaya has its own floating market, and it is special because it functions as a true time machine. The Pattaya floating market is not just a place to buy fresh fruits and local crafts, but also a space where traditional Thai culture is preserved. The market is divided into 4 sections, each representing a different region of the country: north, northeast, central, and south. Besides the floating stalls selling typical food and souvenirs, there are daily cultural performances, such as traditional dances and demonstrations of ancient crafting techniques. For those who want to see a more authentic side of Thailand without leaving Pattaya, this market is a must-visit, the secret beach that almost no one visits. Pattaya is famous for its busy beaches, such as Pattaya Beach and Jomshin Beach, but those seeking a quieter retreat can find a hidden gem, Ban Ampher Beach. Unlike the main beaches, where mass tourism dominates, Ban Ampher Beach is a spot where locals go to relax. The sands are cleaner, the sea is calmer, and the atmosphere is completely different from the typical hustle and bustle of Pattaya. Interestingly, despite being only 20 minutes from the city center, this beach does not attract much attention from tourists, making it a true hidden paradise for those who know where to look. The Sanctuary of Truth, a temple hand-carved for over 40 years, one of the most impressive places in Pattaya is the Sanctuary of Truth. Unlike any other temple in Thailand, this gigantic wooden structure is entirely hand-carved and has been under construction for over 40 years. The project was envisioned by Thai businessman Lek Viryaphant, who wanted to create a monument that represented Thai spirituality, philosophy, and art. The sanctuary combines influences from Buddhism and Hinduism and features intricate sculptures representing gods, myths, and philosophical teachings. The most impressive part? The construction has no set completion date. Just like ancient temples that took centuries to finish, the idea is for the Sanctuary of Truth to continue being built and restored constantly, ensuring that its legacy lasts forever. A secret restaurant inside a cave. Few people know, but Pattaya is home to a restaurant that looks like it came out of a fairy tale. Hidden inside a seaside cave, the Cave Beach Club offers a unique dining experience. The venue was created in a natural rock formation and combines a rustic atmosphere with intimate lighting and spectacular ocean views. It's one of those places you're unlikely to find in conventional travel guides, but that leaves any visitor in awe. In addition to its unusual location, the restaurant is famous for its refined Thai dishes and exclusive cocktails. For those looking to escape the obvious and have a memorable experience, this is a must-visit. The legend of the statue that grants wishes. On Pratumnak Hill, where the famous Big Buddha of Pattaya is located, there is a small golden statue that many tourists overlook, but which has an intriguing legend. According to local tradition, this statue represents Wangfor Tuat, a 16th century Thai monk who is believed to have miraculous powers. It is said that touching the feet of the statue and making a wish can bring luck and spiritual protection. Many locals visit the site regularly to make offerings and prayers. Tourists who know the legend also take the opportunity to make their wishes, hoping that the ancient wisdom of the monk can guide them on their journeys. The abandoned building that became a mysterious tourist spot. Another little-known location in Pattaya is the Ghost Tower, an unfinished building that has become an alternative attraction for urban explorers. Construction began in the 1990s but was abandoned due to financial problems. Since then, the building has become a mystery, attracting the curious who want to discover what lies inside. Despite not being officially open for visits, adventurers find ways to explore its empty floors and capture stunning images of the panoramic view of the city. Stories of supernatural events surround the place, making the Ghost Tower a point of interest for those who enjoy mysteries and abandoned places. Pattaya goes beyond what the eyes can see. These curiosities show that Pattaya is much more than its conventional tourist side. The city has fascinating stories, hidden secrets, and locations that reveal a completely different facet for those who dare to explore beyond the obvious. In the next and final chapter, we will reflect on everything we have discovered and discuss how Pattaya represents the duality between tradition and modernity. Additionally, I will bring one last question for you to ponder about how we perceive the places we visit. Now tell me, which of these curiosities did you find most surprising? Or did you already know any of them? Leave your comment and share your opinion. After exploring Pattaya from different perspectives, it is clear that this city is much more than its tourist stereotype. From its transformation from a simple fishing village to its growth as one of the most vibrant destinations in Thailand, Pattaya holds fascinating stories and hidden secrets that few visitors notice. Walking along Beach Road revealed an unexpected side of the city in equilibrium between chaos and spirituality, between tradition and modernity. The small discreet altar and the ritual of the local residents showed that even amidst the hustle and bustle, there is still space for culture and connection to the past. The remembrance ritual with jasmine tea was a perfect example of this, a silent moment of reflection and gratitude that takes place in front of everyone, yet is rarely noticed. Furthermore, we explored some of the most surprising curiosities of Pattaya, from a floating market that keeps Thai culture alive to a secret beach away from the crowd, passing through a restaurant hidden inside a cave, and even an abandoned tower surrounded by urban legends. Each of these places and stories adds new layers to the city's identity, proving that there is much more to discover than just what is on the postcards. What has this journey taught us? Traveling is not just about visiting tourist spots. It's about observing, discovering, and understanding what truly makes a place special. Often, the most striking details of a city are not found in travel guides or traditional itineraries, but in the small interaction, local habits, and stories that are told only to those willing to listen. Pattaya is a perfect example of this. For many, it is just a party and beach destination, but for those who look more closely, It is a city full of mysteries, culture, and contrasts. If there's one thing this experience has shown me, it's that every city has its hidden magic, you just have to know where to look. And now, I want to hear your opinion. Now that we have explored this unexpected side of Pattaya together, I want to know from you, which of these discoveries surprised you the most? Have you ever been to a place that seemed to have a hidden meaning, something that only those who observe closely can perceive? Leave your comment sharing your experience. I read all of them and respond to the most interesting ones. Also, if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the upcoming videos. Here, we always explore the world in a different way, going beyond the obvious and discovering stories that no one tells. And of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up to support the channel and help me bring more content like this. See you in the next video. Until then,